Hey Evan, so here's just a quick in response to stuff we did during the lesson today. If it seemed like I was like, do this, do that, the concept is now in your practice you have as much time as you want to go over the info. And I just want to remind you that our intended process is break stuff into little sections and finish as we go. Become the grand master of Riff 1 or Part 1 of Riff 1 before you even acknowledge that Riff 2 exists. Again, we're just talking about memorization headspace, where we're consciously focused and doing repetitions of first riff, pause, what did I do wrong? First riff, pause, what did I do wrong? After about 5 of those, usually, your brain will concede, okay, I see what I'm doing. The whole trip is to make sure that you actually pause in between attempts and stay consciously engaged with what you're doing. It's really tempting to start looping the lick or something like that. That's the part of our brain for I'm going to take this test and then forget it forever. We're trying to make long-term memories. So that's our process. Is I play riff 1, I pause, I get set up, I do it again, etc. Then stop, do riff 2. Then only then do riffs 1 and 2. Learning the dance steps, then dancing, trying to stay out of the guessing headspace. Technique stuff, the couple things we touched on. One was, classical position for your bar chord shapes, being if you put all 4 of your fingers on the bass string, where nothing feels like a reach, then your thumb will naturally go into classical thumb position. And we talked about, before we get into the Freddie King song, we talked about the 4 bar chord shapes, the main ones. There are E-shaped chords, where we're playing all 6 strings. And what we did for this is I had you play E like you didn't have a first finger, and then just move it and bar behind it. Here I am at the 3rd fret, and that's G. That's one of the notes we're learning. So right now I'm playing G. I'm like a human capo playing an E chord. If I take my middle finger off, now it's G minor because I'm playing a E minor shape. That's group 1. Group 2, A shape bar chords, where we just hit 5 strings. A major in first position, if you just did that with your ring finger, moved and barred behind it. There's our A major shape one. Don't worry too much about the high E string there. If we just get, we're psyched, and you'll be wedging your, ring finger down where your wedding ring's jutted out like that, And then what does A minor look like? It's the same exact shape we were using a second ago for major. So that A major shape one is higher degree of difficulty than all the other ones. Other concepts we talked about for bar chords was that we fret on this part of our finger, not just from here up, which is where we do a lot of guitar stuff, but we need to actually be out there for our finger to go flat like mine is now. So it might feel like your finger's sticking up too high or whatever. But that's what's up, and that's how we get out in front of the instrument adequately. If we want what we all want at first intuitively is for our palm to be touching the instrument all the time, which naturally brings our fingers away from the fretboard. So that's kind of what you were dealing with. It's all good. That's what feels weird about it to everyone at first. So video section 1, bar chords. And then, classical thumb position, 4 fingers, 4 frets, like that. Switching to blues box, now I'm going to do stuff including bends position, is just that, making that C shape and grabbing the instrument to where you're still out in front of the instrument, rather than creating a bunch of having our hand up too high where our fingers disappear behind the instrument, or thumb over too far or any of that. It's really just a nominal change. We hook our thumb over the top so that we can do stuff with bends in it. Great, so I'm going to leave off there, and we're also doing the note names, where just approach it like a geography test, where you do some kind of random order geography quiz on yourself and you'll get them down really fast. Concept being, just having learned those 6 note names, you'll be able to navigate the fretboard playing chords and riffs much more readily than kind of knowing some notes sometimes. And that 6 is a pretty doable dosage. We also noticed that where is the ninth fret? And I'm not Kreskin. It's like people tend to totally subconsciously turn that into a deductive reasoning problem. So hey, where's your second fret? Where's your ninth fret? Where's your third fret? Where's your 10th fret? If you just do that a couple times, featuring ninth fret, 10th fret in some context, your brain will be like, okay. And then the main thing we saw you doing was moving back to the 7th fret a lot. I don't know if it might be that you learned like B minor pentatonic first. But either way, 9th fret, all good. Anyway, thank you for paying attention and being cool today. I'm going to send you your stuff. And I will see you same time next week. Looking forward. Think about anything from the history of recorded music you liked, and we can work on that instead of something else. All right, senor. I will see you very soon.